What's good? It's your boy, Vega the Chosen, CryptOnline.com, Hip Hop Heads Podcast, Old Dusty Cartridge, Vega Damas, the Hip Hop Psychic, all that good stuff. So today, we got a new review. It's been a while. Sorry about that. I'm going to try to be more diligent on getting these things done, but you got families, you got stuff going on, it's very difficult to do. So peace to everyone out there who can do that. This guy can. Anyways, so today's review, can't see. So today's review is a Vinnie Paz, the Cornerstone of the Cornerstore, new LP solo for Dolo album. Paz, I think this is his third solo album, LP, and I think it's the same quality as the other releases that he's had. So if you've enjoyed the other two joints, or three for that matter, if you include the EP, I think you'll really enjoy this. It's about, I forget how many tracks. We got about almost 20 tracks here. Long album. A good album. It's over an hour long, so you get a lot to digest here. A lot of great features are on this album. He's got Ransom. My personal favorite is the Conway feature. Ghostface is on here. Husk Kingpin and Smooth's on here. OG and AC, another great collaboration on here. I love this track. Jack Frost, Razkaz, Malik B, Agala, and Dimas. Once again, another good track. The album is very cohesive, coherent. I don't have the production credits. I'll try to look them up right now as I'm talking to you. But there's a lot of great beats on here. I think J Zone produced a couple joints. You probably got who's the other one that was really good? I think the Beatnuts produced a couple tracks on here, or one of the tracks. It's really good. I think it's really good, really quality stuff. Vinnie Paz, lyrically, I think it's stepped up a little bit since his last LP or EP, specifically with the last track on the album, which I think is really good. Kind of like a continuation to Uncommon Valor he did with Rugged Man back in the day. This one's called Writings on the Disobedience of and Democracy. Very good. He basically does a good breakdown of the history of the United States starting at World War II, or prior to World War II, on how we got in, and how about all the shadiness and back dealings that we've done from that time to now, and how it's basically shoveled us under a pile of crap. There it is. I mean, boom. Paz just sets it out. He says he's going to do another track, 3. This track brings you from the World War II up to the Vietnam War. He says he's already covered the Vietnam War with Rugged Man, so he'll probably continue on from the dealings with the Cold War in Russia, I think, which he did deal with a little bit on there. So we'll probably hear more about, the Bush era and up to now, of all the terrorism and how we're, just pointing the finger at the Middle East for everything that's wrong with the world right now, which is wrong. Americans could probably be looked at as the people who were the wrongdoers in most of these situations, because we butt our faces into shit. We want to gentrify the world. We want to pave the world. We want to make the world a better place, even though a lot of these places are fine living the way they are. Not everybody needs technology and all this other crap to be a great country. I think people need to realize that. Anyways, very good joints on here. A lot of features that are good, but 90% of the tracks on here, out of the 20 tracks, have a collab feature on it, which is all right, But I like hearing Vinnie rap, and I think Vinnie's good at what he does. And I would have liked to have, heard, 3 verses from him on every track. But, you can't get that with everything, And we're looking at about, I guess, 20% of the album. 5 or 6 tracks out of the 20 or 19 do not have a feature on them, and they're just solo. But like I said, with the features, they're really good. I thought the Conway feature was great. I think this is the Iman feature that you're hearing right now. Dimaz from AOTP's on a couple tracks. The Ghostface track is decent. And like I said, a lot of the beats are pretty good. I think Stoop comes in for a track or two. J-Zone, like I said, I think either produces or co-produces some tracks on here, which are really slamming. One of them sounds like an old 80s track, really good. J-Zone is just amazing. He's an amazing talent. He's an amazing producer. He's an amazing drummer. He's an amazing MC. He's an amazing DJ. The dude does it all, and he does it really well. And his sound goes well with Vinnie Paz. It's oddly enough, like back in the day, in the early 2000s, J-Zone has always been one of my favorite producers. I always wanted to hear Paz on a Vinnie track, or Jedi Mind Tricks for that matter. But I know that it was interesting because J-Zone is a producer, so he has no allegiance to anybody. But he was now in Eastern Conference, and had the beef with I guess AOTP, Demigods, in a way, with self-titled and all that stuff. And I didn't think J-Zone would actually produce for them, but later on in life, a year later or so, after producing those Cage joints, he had a full album with J-Zone, produced, with self-titled, and had some tracks he did with self-titled even prior to the Boss Hog Barbarians LP. Which is, to me, a flawless album, perfect album, fantastic. One of the best of the past 15 years, in my opinion. But I would say how do you say it? The Cornerstone of the Cornerstore is a definite pickup, I think, if you're a Paz fan and a Jedi Mind Tricks fan. I think it's a pretty quality album. I think it delivers. If you're a fan of Paz, you'll really dig this. He's got his gangster shit, he's got his gun raps, he's got all that stuff, but he also has the intellectual stuff that he's really good at. And people sleep on that part of him, I think. Or people actually like that part of him, want to see more of it, but he does a lot of the gun raps. Nicknames galore on there. Pistol Pazzy. Very good stuff. So, if I were to rate this out of a 5, I'd give it a solid 3.5 out of 5. A good album. That is definitely worth a listen, in my opinion. A lot of the tracks you'll take away here. I know the kids don't buy albums anymore, so if you're going to buy some tracks, I would get that Iron Tusk. I would get the Void. I would get the Herringbone with Ghostface. I would get that Moroccan Jewels. I think Rock Marciano actually produced that one. Could be wrong, but I think that. I would actually download the AG and OC track. The Gospel of Worm with the Razcast feature. Razcast brings it on this. Really good feature. And then, of course, the writings on disobedience and democracy. If I were to buy one track off this, that would be the one. That's the good one. That's the quality one. That is the one that actually will teach you something. And I think it's very good. Very quality track. I think he should be on it. Here's that Conway. Conway is nasty. He's that dude right now. But anyways, that's it. Peace. Vega the Chosen. What's good? TheCryptonline.com. Hip Hop Heads Podcast. All that good stuff. You got any video games? Old school? N64? NES? SNES? Send them to me. Leave a comment. What would you like me to review next? It's Vega the Chosen. Peace. 1.